Hey Aries, we're going to be doing your reading, so let's get into it and see what's going on for you guys, Aries. All right, Aries. Whoa, let's see what's up. All right, Aries. Okay, so let's see. For your goal here, you guys have the Queen of Pentacles. I think there's something that you are really wanting to nurture, okay, that kind of stuff. I also think there's something here where it's like you know what it is? It's like I want to, like I'm the one taking care of this. I almost understand something about ownership, something about that with this Queen of Pentacles. All right, so that could be something that's just like maybe there's something that you're like, no, I want to be the one who's responsible for that, or I want to make the decisions regarding how something's going to be taken care of. Okay, that might also be something. So all right, I also think there's a level of you guys possibly not wanting to be like distracted, being like, okay, like this is not the time to be like distracted by something. Okay, so yeah, focus might be very important for you guys for whenever you're watching this. So all right, okay, you guys have the Fool card, and this is showing up as the possible issue here. So okay, I'm wondering if you are maybe feeling a level of like, I want to do this by myself, okay, that kind of thing. I wonder if there's something where it's like somebody's wanting to like come along for the ride with something here, okay, that kind of stuff. And you might be like, no, again, like I want to do this by myself, like I'm growing this, or I'm taking care of this, that kind of stuff, okay. What I'll also say with this whole like distraction kind of energy that I am picking up on, it also could be that maybe there's something that's like, that maybe is presenting as like I want to say, I kind of want to say a wild card with this Fool card, okay? I kind of want to say that, all right? So there might be something that's like, whoa, like that, like where did this come from? Or somebody's maybe coming in with something that's like, maybe you're feeling like, oh, I have to make like a spontaneous decision about something, okay? Or there is somebody that you're dealing with, or something here that is acting like out of character. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So, all right. And I do feel like you're like, all right, don't let it be distracting to me. Don't, you know, just keep going, taking care of what you're doing, that kind of stuff. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. I feel like somebody has like pressed your buttons. That's almost what it feels like. Someone like pressed your buttons with something or something like that. So all right, Aries, you guys have the Five of Swords, and this is showing up as the opportunity. I love it. So okay, I think you have. I think you're like really savvy. You know what I'm saying? There's something about that, and I feel like that is what your opportunity is like using your smarts in like a really, I want to say productive type of way. Okay, that kind of stuff. I'll tell you something. If there is something that's like, you know, distracting you in some sense, okay, that kind of stuff, or there's even maybe something that you're like, I don't know if I should like take a risk on this or not, that kind of stuff. I feel like the way that you kind of like hypothesize something, or the way that you break something into pieces or something like that, it's like, that's like a strength that you have, okay? Whether this is like an argumentative thing, or again, it's just you have something where it's like, you know, I wonder if this whole thing is just about ignoring something that is causing a distraction. I mean, I keep saying that, and I'm like, I'm looking at this Five of Swords, and I'm like, I kind of feel like that's true, Aries. I feel like there is something where it's just like, this is a distraction, or this has the capacity to be such a distraction that now you're not taking care of something that you're like, nope, this is mine. Like again, that ownership thing. So, all right, let's see what the heck is going on. Let's clarify this, and then we'll get some more information for you, Aries. All right, Aries. I think that you have like an excellent strategy, or that's something that you're just like really good at, is like, I almost want to say beating somebody at their own game here. I kind of love that, Aries. So all right, let's see what's going on. All right. All right, so the Five of Cups just fell on the ground. It is reversed. So I think that's a synchronicity for somebody. There's the Justice card at the bottom, so I think so. I think that, I don't know, there's something. So, all right, I'll tell you another thing. I also wonder if you have the opportunity to cut your losses from something, you know, that kind of stuff. Or it's like, nope, we're gonna, again, ignoring something that is like, maybe really hard to ignore, but it's like by doing that, you're going to come out on top. You're not going to have a loss because you're ignoring something that, again, is like a friggin' distraction. Okay. So, all right, let's see. And I feel like you guys are incredibly smart. I got to tell you, the Temperance card and the Tower card just came out. Okay. This has to do with like precise timing. Okay. This is waiting for the moment. That's what that is. So, all right, let's see what's up here. Aries, this is a little interesting. So let's see what's going on. All right. I want to say WV. All right, let's see. All right, so with the Queen of Pentacles, you guys have the Page of Wands here. Again, this is showing up for like what you're wanting. So yes, I'm telling you, once again, I think there's something that's either like exciting you, or there's something that you are, again, it's like there's a distractibility. There's something that it's like, okay, maybe it's like ants in your pants, or you know, again, something like that. But it's like you're trying to like hold it down and remaining. Again, I really want to say like in an ownership position. It's like this is mine, like this is my thing, that kind of thing. All right. So I really do understand that. I feel like your goal is to maybe even have other people be interested, okay, in something that you're invested into, you know, that kind of thing. All right, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is showing up as what to do about it. So yes, there is absolutely something about, again, investing into whatever it is that you're putting together, growing, helping, whatever the heck it is. There's something about that is like putting more energy into that. Okay, that kind of stuff. I also think that this is like, it's almost like if you want something to gain interest, okay, that kind of stuff, or gain traction, something regarding that. It's like you're having to put something into it, okay? Like having to understand that something is going to maybe rely on divine timing, or something is going to have to take a while to build up to something here, okay? That kind of stuff, all right? I feel like that's kind of vague, but that's what I'm feeling on that. You have the Eight of Swords. This is showing up as what to avoid here. I would say avoid thinking small, okay? That kind of stuff. I would also say avoid putting yourself in a position or thinking in a small-minded type of way, okay? That kind of stuff. I feel like this is really the energy of like expansion, that kind of stuff. The distractibility factor, that might be like, oh, like go smaller. I don't think so. All right. I don't think so. All right. I feel like this is avoiding being restrictive, that kind of stuff. Avoiding, maybe even like putting yourself in a position where it's like, now I'm stuck. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. There is something about movement, but it's like purposeful, calculated movement, you know, that kind of stuff. All right. And it certainly could have to do with your finances, your health, something that you're like kind of cultivating, whatever the heck it is, you know, that kind of thing. So, all right. With the Fool card here, you guys have the Six of Swords. This is showing up for the possible issue here. So, all right. I think somebody is wanting you to, I can't stress it enough, be distracted. I don't know why I don't know. I've been getting that since the beginning of this reading, but there's something about like, okay, don't pay attention to that, you know, that kind of thing. I'm also getting a jealousy factor. I don't know where that is coming into play, but I'm understanding that there's like secret jealousy or something like that. Okay. That kind of situation. Or somebody thinks that there's jealousy involved in something here. So, all right, let's see. You might actually be able to take a leap of faith on something quicker than you are anticipating. Okay. I think so. I think I gotta tell you, Aries, I think your intuition's probably really, really good right now. Okay. I would really listen to that, especially if there's something that's like, okay, I can't see it, but I can feel it. You need to listen to that. Okay. You really do. I definitely understand that. And I wonder if that was even like an issue in the past, or maybe there was something that like, you left too early from something or left too late from something in the past, okay? And maybe it's like, okay, now we're going to rectify that now. So, all right, for what to do, you guys have the Knight of Swords. I think this is being ready to make some type of movement, okay? That kind of stuff. This to me is definitely making that's like, now we're ready to do it, okay? This is like, okay, ready once we get like the high sign or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. Now we're off and running, that kind of stuff, okay? That's what I understand. There really is something about following your impulses, that kind of stuff, okay? I really understand that. But at the same time, you have to understand there's going to be something else that is distracting you or maybe tempting you in some sense. It's like you got to stay on, like you need to focus on what the heck you're doing right now, that kind of stuff. That is easier said than done, but I feel like it's crucially important right now. You know, that's kind of what I'm feeling here. For what to avoid, you guys have the Emperor. Okay, interesting. You have the Eight of Swords. You also have the Emperor, both showing up in like what to avoid. Okay, so this might be like avoiding like a power struggle or avoiding like kind of going back and forth so much that now we're just stuck here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, now we're trapped, you know, that kind of stuff. I feel like that's something. All right, I can't guarantee anything. I feel like there's something in that. So, I would also avoid giving your power away. Okay, I really would. I would avoid giving your power away, but there's a balance between giving your power away and then engaging in a power struggle. There's something about finding like a nice balance of something here, that kind of stuff, while still remaining in a position of authority, not getting like bullied or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. So, all right, with the Five of Swords, you guys have the Empress here, and this is showing up as the opportunity. So, you guys have the Queen of Pentacles starting out here. You have the Empress over here. So for some of you guys, this could have to do with parenting, you know, that kind of stuff, or finances, whatever the heck it is, okay? Or contributions, I want to say. Contributions, okay? Contributing to something, that kind of situation. That's what I feel like your opportunity is. I think, that, again, there's this energy of like, you can fight dirty, but it's like in a way that is just going to end in your favor. You know what I'm saying? And I think it might surprise somebody else. Or impress somebody else, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that's what you're out at. I want to impress somebody. You know, I don't know that that's how you're feeling there, but I do understand something about that. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Nine of Swords, and this is showing up as what to do here. All right, you're going to have to work through something that is a little bit of like an anxiety situation, okay, that kind of stuff. There might even be something that it's in the terms of like maybe what to do here is maybe you might have to lose something in order to gain something, you know? You know how they say like sometimes like to make money, you got to lose money, or, you know, that kind of stuff. I almost feel like that's really, really being highlighted in your reading, okay? That kind of stuff. And I almost feel like that is what you are aware of and what you're wanting to do, okay? But there's something about making sure you don't get like stuck in the process, or that you don't forget about your own personal power, your own personal decision making, that, you know, yeah, okay, that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the King of Cups. This is showing up as what to avoid. I don't think that right now is really a time to be like completely neutral about something. And I also don't think it's a time to kind of like, I want to say almost riding the wave with something, okay? This feels more permanent or more long-standing, okay? That kind of stuff, all right? That's what I'm understanding here. So whatever this is, again, it's not going to, you know, take 2 seconds, but it might be quicker than you have anticipated. But I don't think that this is like, okay, yep, we're just going to like kind of ride the wave. Or just being neutral about something. There's something about making like power moves, you know, that kind of stuff. Really interesting reading, Aries. So, all right, that's what I have for you guys. I hope this reading was helpful and all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. All right. Thank you. Bye.